New York, Pope Francis is yours now. He's left Washington, D.C. after 2+ days here in the nation's capital. The highlight yesterday, Pope Francis gave an address to a joint session of Congress. It was a wonderful scene, both as a moment in American history. It was the first time that a pope had spoken to Congress, and as a reminder of the prominent role that Catholics play in our public life. Vice President Joe Biden and House Speaker John Boehner, both Catholics, sat behind the Pope as he spoke in the House of Representatives. John Boehner teared up throughout the speech and had to pull out his handkerchief several times, and then again when the Pope appeared on the balcony of the Capitol to speak to the people who had assembled on the West Lawn. But the Pope's speech also underscored that this is a difficult moment in American politics, where the Pope spoke of unity and cooperation and said the job of politicians was to come together for the common good. The presidential campaign is showing that there's a desire for conflict. So are the activities of the House and Senate. Right now, they're considering whether to strip funding from Planned Parenthood. Some Republicans say they're willing to shut down the federal government if all federal money isn't taken away from Planned Parenthood. And as they consider this, they can look to the presidential campaign, where the rise of Donald Trump and other outsider candidates is partly a reflection of the fact that Republican voters think that their leaders in Congress should fight harder for Republican goals. They want sharper ideological edges. In the Democratic Party, the rise of Bernie Sanders shows that Democrats also want a more muscular and ideologically driven set of ideas to guide their party. He talked about abortion, saying that we need to protect human life at every stage of development. He called for ending the death penalty, and most vigorously, he called for a welcoming immigration policy. Both Democrats and Republicans could come away from the speech saying that the Pope had endorsed some of their policy positions. But overall, the Pope called most for unity, cooperation, and working in the common good. That will be put to the test in the coming days on the presidential campaign trail and in the House of Representatives, where the Pope spoke as lawmakers consider the funding of Planned Parenthood and the next federal budget.